Welcome along, everybody, to Imola, just down the road from Ferrari HQ, and they know a thing or two about pace, and pace today is king. It's qualifying day, and it's great to have you with us.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. Stood, stopping this lap.
With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. This race has gone by several former names: the Italian Grand Prix, the San Marino Grand Prix, and now the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It's race day. We're at Imola. Welcome. One lap of Imola, anti-clockwise of course, unlike most Formula One circuits, will take our drivers round 3.1 miles of track, 19 turns, 9 right-handers and 10 to the left. Drivers will need to be precise at the hairpin at turn 7, given the subsequent uphill section. Without a good exit from that corner, they'll lose a lot of time on that stretch. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and it's Esteban Ocon in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Senna, Webber, Yuki Tsunoda, and Piastri. Colapinto, Leclerc, Antonelli, and Pierre Gasly. Hadjar, Behrman, Liam Lawson, and Bortoletto. Jackson, Pepe Marti, Paul Aaron, and Lance Stroll. Hulkenberg, Albon, O'Sullivan, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometres an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow-speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
OK, DRS is now available. P3 you're currently in P3. The distance to the leader, 4.2 seconds. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind you now. Okay, they're on fresh hards. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. 21 laps to go. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, gap to leader, 5.2 seconds. That's Russell just ahead, push for the position. Okay, gap to the car in front, 3.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. You've got 20 laps left until the end. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.3 seconds. Russell's ahead of you now. Time last lap, 1:17.3. Okay, gap ahead, 3.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. All right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. And gap to the car in front, 3.2 seconds. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. P3, you're currently in P3. Our gap to first place, 4.9 seconds. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 3.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind you now. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. Okay, you're dropping a few tenths per lap to the car ahead. They're just edging away. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 5.4 seconds. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, so gap to the leader, 5.9 seconds. That's Russell just ahead, push for the position. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 5.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums, Piastri's behind. Okay, they're on fresh hards. We think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes. Caution, caution. Green flag. P3, you're currently in P3. The distance to the leader, 10.1 seconds. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 9.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, that's Mark behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. And that's 14 laps to go. 8.8 seconds. Push, push, use your overtake button, let's go. Use your overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Car behind you is Mark. And the time last lap, 1 minute 19.2. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. You're 10 seconds behind the car ahead. Remember to adjust your ERS mode in your MFD if you need to. Okay, you're sat in P2. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, gap to the car in front, 10.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, that's Mark behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. Okay, 12 laps to go. Second place, you're in second place. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, gap ahead, 12.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Car behind you is Mark. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap. Gap to your teammate behind, 9.6 seconds. Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Box this lap, please. Box this lap. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. You only have to stop once now. One stop left. Right, let's go. Come on. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Aaron's ahead of you. Time last lap, 1:20.6. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 12 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Mark is in the pit lane. Mark in the pits now. And gap to the car in front, 4.4 seconds. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, gap to leader, 6.5 seconds. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 5.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, that's Mark behind. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. And that's 8 laps to go. Radar suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes time, so stay on your toes. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 6.8 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 11.7 seconds. Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Systems all looking good, head down. We don't think it's going to stay dry for much longer. The rain could come at any moment, so watch out. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. P3, you're currently in P3. Our gap to first place, 11.4 seconds. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 9.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Leclerc is behind you, 0.8 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. So you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors. I don't think you need to be worried, just some bad data. So keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems. Dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, so gap to the leader, 12.1 seconds. Ocon ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 12.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Leclerc behind. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, gap to the car in front, 13.4 seconds. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive. Thank you.
And the best of British and the best on the track. It's George Russell who wins.
And they're just starting to make it look easy out there. Now a hat-trick of wins. They're out there ahead. They've got the momentum on their side. And it's for the others now to try and up their game to stop that energy that they have.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Hey, Chief. Just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.
Okay, I'll be honest. These talks have been pretty painstaking, but we're making excellent progress. There are a few details to iron out, so when you're ready, start the meeting and we'll try to smooth over any final issues ahead of a potential deal.
It's the jewel in the crown. Simply put, there is nowhere quite like Monaco, and it's all about finding your groove from the beginning of the very first practice session, here at the tightest and twistiest circuit of them all.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec. Okay, you've got race levels of fuel in the car. I want you to drive at a representative pace, all right? No hot laps this time.